Hey everybody, welcome back to day 5, part 3. And I was actually going to say, thank you to everyone that's actually been watching the series and kind of interacting with us. As Antonio said, we actually are just kind of doing the base stuff. And so we're going to get to a lot of the fun, more interactive things later on in the series and eventually open up the floor to have you guys try and play the game with us. But let's go ahead and get into this one. So we're actually going to go over, do weapons and armors have requirements? Absolutely. So some of the weapons and armors that you acquire will need the correct stats of speed, strength, and intellect to use them. And those are going to be the 3 main stats that we have for characters on your HUD. And that's going to be something that we are going to need to kind of play around with. And we want to see how that's going to work out as well. But for now, that's something that we really want to have in the game, as well as how do weaknesses on weapons work? Well, it increases the damage output or maybe gives them a debuff or something. Compared to like poisons, it's going to do the same thing, but also cause status effects and perhaps deal additional damage, dependent what type is used. So maybe we want to introduce different types of them. How do buffs affect weapons and armors? By increasing a HUD temporarily, weapons might affect the attack chance or attack speed. And me and Antonio were talking not too long ago about doing explosive dice for this game. So rolling d6 is kind of like Warhammer 40k if anybody's played that. It'll be kind of fun to play around with the ideas that we could play with how many times you hit versus do you hit. So I think that'll be a fun implement. Another question we have here is, how do jobs affect weapons and armors? By giving minor buffs to certain types of weapons and armor. And the same thing with your aura points will affect that as well. And of course, the big question is, where can you get weapons and armor? From defeating creatures, purchasing armor or weaponry, and then just finding it lying about in the world, kind of like Shield Hero, where he picks something up, like a material, puts it into his shield, and it gives him something new. We're going to try to find stuff like that to implement into the game to give it more of a feel for the open world as well. The other one that we have here, the last one we have for today, is when unlocking weapons and armors from combat, what affects their leveling and upgrades? What's going to affect all this is going to be the materials and gold cost if necessary. Are they unlocked and tracked on your HUD? And we're asking more questions to a question, and I know it sounds very weird, but the idea is so we can track further how we want to do this and how we want to build the game to make it more fun and accessible for people. Because at the end of the day, what we're building out here is just a structure, but as for now, that's all for part 3, and we'll come back for day 6. Thank you guys, and we'll see you around.